Hey, this show is entirely listener supported. That's you. You're a listener. If you want to support the show and find out how to get bonus content and early episodes and monthly video hangouts with me and Jeff, you can head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
It's already gone.
Enjoy your bullshit iPad, idiot, because the new one comes out in 48 hours. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizen.
I want to tell you about metal hydrogen.
Metal hydrogen. It comes from Norway, and it stays inside 8 months out of the year, and it's depressed, and it knows 3 chords, and it can shred black metal hydrogen.
1 part oxygen, hydrogen. No. This is a story, by the way, that was sent to us by Ben Eckold. Thank you for sending this, Ben. He sent it to wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com.
What a great place to send a story. Another great place to send a story would be wehaveconcerns.reddit.com.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also a great place to just discuss general concerns with the community.
That's right. General concerns.
Just the creeping dread that you may be feeling at any moment.
Concerns got promoted to general now, I guess.
Boo. Fucking boo.
We all know hydrogen.
Boo.
We all know hydrogen is number 1 on the periodic table, right?
Number 1.
We all know that. It's a very simple.
Hydrogen is best girl.
Yes. It is number 1 girl. It is a very simple element, right? It is the simplest element. Hydrogen is just 1 proton and 1 electron.
Yeah.
Right? Simple. And for 100 years
Even
now,
an idiot could make hydrogen.
right?
Even a dummy could make hydrogen.
Well, for 100 years now, evidently, they have theorized that if you pressurized hydrogen hard enough, you could compress it into a solid state. You could metallicize it.
Okay.
I think I just made that word up. Make metal. Make it metal. Create.
Metallidooby-doo.
But nobody's done it. Their theory was there, and they thought if we could create metallic hydrogen, it would change the world. It could be a substance that would actually conduct energy in a completely perfect state. You wouldn't lose energy if you conducted it through metallic hydrogen. Now these dudes, there's a couple of dudes in Harvard that claim that they did it.
It's fucking Harvard dudes.
It's always the Harvard dudes.
They're always claiming that they've done shit.
Like, how do you like them Harvard apples? They're always.
I parked the car. I made a hydrogen.
Get in the car. We're going to Hydrogen Metal Town.
This is less a Boston accent, more like a 1930s Howard Hawks movie.
See?
We made the hydrogen. Let me tell you something, you dizzy dame. I wouldn't marry you if you were the last girl on earth. I love her.
Harvard are always hanging out with dizzy dames.
Dizzy dames.
So here's the thing. Hydrogen liquefies at the temperature of negative 423 degrees Fahrenheit, super cold. And then...
I've been colder.
Yeah, all right. We were in that pressure chamber.
I've been colder, dude.
You were in Montreal recently, so you've definitely been colder.
Yeah. Negative 423 degrees Fahrenheit is like 2 degrees Celsius.
It's actually negative 252 Celsius. But
wow.
Who's counting?
Wow.
Yeah.
Called me out.
And then, okay, so they liquefy hydrogen, making it really, really cold. And then you apply pressure to it. And the way they did that was they created this.
So like all your friends that you went to high school with are doing like way better than you right now. Yeah. I'm not saying like you need like don't worry. There's no like.
But I'm so cold.
There's no like guidepost for life. Okay, it doesn't matter that all your friends like are already buying houses and having kids and they have like great jobs. Don't worry about that. You're taking your own path.
Yeah, no.
You don't need to feel weird about it. But I will say like. You know, a lot of us we've been going on like vacations and stuff together, like group vacations, like couples vacations.
Yeah.
And like
it's a really crappy thing to say on my birthday.
I know, and I'm just like, we would love for you to come.
I feel
and the thing is, like, we would offer to like help pay for you to come.
Yeah.
But we know that you don't want us to do that, and like,
no,
we feel like you're kind of your own worst enemy right now. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Do you feel any more metallic?
Yes. So what they did was they created a diamond. They compress it between 2 diamonds because that's the only thing hard enough to create the amount of pressure needed.
Did they see my biceps?
They haven't seen your biceps.
That's what I'm saying.
You should send pictures as you do to me every day.
To everyone. I send pictures to everyone
I'm
every
on that.
day.
I'm on that text chain.
I have a
get
group
those all the
text.
time.
I have a group text that I've muted, right? So nobody can respond to me. I don't see the responses, but every morning I send people pictures of my sweet biceps.
Yeah, you're like, here's the buys this morning.
Here's they are. Here are the bros.
I know that yesterday was impressive, but if you can believe it, today even more impressive.
Today might be even more impressive, you guys.
Check out the pressure I can exert.
I know you've been waiting.
So what they do is they have these two diamonds, and they put so much pressure on it. It's actually more pressure than is at the center of the Earth.
Wow. So I'm trying to picture this.
Yeah.
It's this liquid hydrogen, right?
Mm-hmm.
What sort of a container is the liquid hydrogen in? Because if you're pressing down on it with two diamonds, wouldn't it naturally just want to like pew like out the sides?
Right. Well, that's it's
just
pew.
Like, pew.
That's the
Like,
they call that in science the pew problem.
The pew effect.
Yeah. That's what the.
What about the pew effect, Jeff?
Well, it's actually a very small. In this video that I watched, they actually have this very small little canister that it's in, and it just is a giant diamond thing that they screw down on. It's very small, but it can exert more pressure than is at the center of the Earth. So it's contained inside this like diamond container.
Okay, so the container is made of diamond as well. So it's diamond on the top, diamond on the bottom, diamonds all the way down.
It's a girl's best friend.
Racks on racks.
But the problem is that when they've tried to do this for the last 100 years, diamonds aren't even hard enough.
People keep trying to steal those diamonds.
It's a series of cat burglaries that have been the problem.
What happens is they think the burglaries are coming from inside the lab.
Right.
One of the scientists must be the cat, but they don't know who it is.
Well, so the diamonds themselves...
He's laughing at us.
He is always laughing.
Dr. Angstrom, he is laughing at us. He's coming into the middle of the night, and he is taking all of the diamonds.
Wait.
And we have no leads.
We don't have nothing to contain the pew problem.
That's what I'm saying. It's pew in here. It's pew in there.
And you're saying that it's the cat man.
It's got to be the cat.
If only we had something that could attack the cat. Do you hear that?
What was that?
That sound in the distance? I am Dog Man. I'm here to chase the cat.
Number one, that's awesome. And number two, I think science has gotten too silly for me. I was thinking about it. I was looking back on my life. I was thinking about all the things I was trying to do, and there's no reason why people dressed as animals should be having heists and capers here.
Right.
Science is much sillier than I originally thought, Dr. Angstrom.
Well, Dr. Barrett...
And expensive. We're constantly losing diamonds.
Dr. Barrett, I really should have mentioned to you the experiments we've been doing in the other room with gamma radiation and canines.
I see. Oh, no, it's a group. Oh, no, it's a whole pack.
Yeah, they come in packs.
Sure.
Dog Man and Puppy Boy.
I'm here to save us science. No, that's too annoying. I'm out. I'm going to go be a librarian. What is the biggest problem?
The problem is that the amount of pressure needed to actually metallicize hydrogen actually shatters diamonds. So what these dudes did was they coated the diamonds in...
Anybody who's looking for hip-hop lyrics about how hard they are, we're just saying, metallicized hydrogen.
Yeah.
Think about it. Put it in there.
I mean, it
I don't
doesn't
know how
rhyme
you're going to
easy.
rhyme it. It's not an easy rhyme.
Hydrogen and...
I mean, actually, it's the metallicized that's throwing me off. Because that's a word you made up.
Yeah.
But hydrogen itself is probably easy to rhyme.
Yeah.
You know what? It rhymes with...
5 of them?
It's a slant rhyme, but yeah, it's
that's how they do it nowadays.
My Imogen Heap for all the rappers that are rapping about how hard they are and also how much they love Imogen Heap.
I was in.
What's the Venn diagram on that?
I'm pretty sure it's a perfect overlap. I was getting a haircut yesterday, and that old Digital Underground song, "Humpty Hump," came on.
That's literally like, it's so funny. You know that old Digital Underground song, Humpty Dance? No, one of the other many Digital Underground songs.
I guess I didn't have to specify.
That the general population is aware of.
First of all, whatever happened to him? He seemed like he was establishing himself.
He could be walking
as a
among
force.
us. We wouldn't know.
Didn't he seem like he was establishing himself as a thing? Like Humpty Hump, Humpty Hump's my name.
Yeah, doing the Humpty Hump.
He's clearly establishing that you are going to hear more from me at some point.
But here's the thing, Jeff. He's like the cat. Because when he takes off those Groucho glasses with the fake nose, he could be any one of us.
It's true.
Humpty Hump could be sitting
You could
anywhere at any time.
You could have been Slick Rick the Ruler the whole time.
Could have been.
But here's why I bring it up. I noticed sitting there getting my haircut, listening to this song with new ears, really, in a way I had never heard it before.
That you'd never gotten busy in a Burger King bathroom, and maybe now it's too late?
I think it is too late being married.
All right.
My wife, she's more of a McDonald's girl.
Classy.
Yeah. No, what I noticed is that I would say a good 60% of his rhymes in that are just either the same word again or a made-up word.
Sure.
It's pronounced, my name is Humpty. It's pronounced with an umpty.
Yeah.
Come over here. I'd like to thump thee.
Because if it was an umlaut, it would be pronounced with an oompty.
Yeah, but
and
then
so he wanted to let people know.
There's an entire verse where he just says, I made up a word to rhyme with it.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the entire purpose of the rhyme was to make up the word that rhymed with it.
Sure.
Anyway, I'm just saying it's easier than you think these days.
Wow.
So the metallic hydrogen rhymers.
Shots fired.
You can just say metallic hydrogen, phallic flyvlin, and you're fine. That's all I'm saying.
Shots fired by Jeff Kanata to the entire hip hop community.
Yeah.
You're going to be on
Come at me, bros.
You're going to be on World Star later, and you're not going to like it. Okay, so they were shattering diamonds.
So they coated the diamonds with alumina. I guess is a form of aluminum.
Which is like aluminum.
Thin layer of alumina.
Except also a princess from Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I guess.
Princess Illumina.
Yeah, you definitely want to get her if you're playing Fire Emblem Heroes.
You get like a 5-star Illumina.
Yeah, she's great. So why would we want to do this?
Why would we want to do this, Jeff? And what does coating it with alumina do if diamond is the hardest substance we know?
I don't know. I guess it contains the diamond and makes it not shatter. It doesn't really explain it. But these guys at Harvard did it. They pressurized it, and they say they have metallic hydrogen inside their pressurized alumina-coated diamond machine.
And they can show it to you whenever.
Yeah.
You just come by, just name a time. Now is not good.
No, that was very bad.
Now
because we're cleaning up.
There's a whole, I'm double parked.
Yeah.
And
we had lunch scheduled.
Dr. Engstrom, is it cool if they come by now?
No, Dr. Bart. No, we actually.
Is it cool because you have a thing, right?
I definitely have a thing.
You have that thing.
And you.
Yeah, me.
You are coming down with a cold.
Oh, God, yeah. Because it's my lymph nodes.
Yeah, the lymph nodes, really.
And
you've been inhaling a lot of alumina.
The moment I feel like this, I know if I don't go straight to bed the next day.
Yeah.
So, anytime, tomorrow, you guys want to come back tomorrow
would be
and
great.
see?
Tomorrow would be fine.
Metallicized hydrogen?
We'll pencil you in for tomorrow.
Because I'll tell you this, Jeff Kanata, anytime, it's like this guy, it's like those guys who every year for the last few years, actually they stopped around 2013 or 2014, but you remember these guys, I want to say they were Belgian, that...
you hate the Belgians.
I fucking hate the Belgians almost as much as I hate gymnasts. And here's the thing. They kept saying every year, oh, we got perpetual motion. Oh, we got cold fusion.
Right.
We got all this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, come on by to the press conference. We're going to show you this shit. Oh, it's going to be so good.
You're going to love it.
And then they'd do the press conference and they'd be like, guys, it is so good of you to come. Thank you for coming. We're excited to show you all of this perpetual motion that we've created. This engine is fucking dope.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys for coming. There are snacks in the back.
Ooh, snacks.
And yeah, thanks. It's been great and it's been a real wild science ride.
Are you going to show it?
Yeah, we did.
I don't remember showing it.
Yeah, I mean, were you distracted by the sliders? Because we got Kobe beef sliders.
They're so good.
Yeah, right?
I was not expecting tomatoes on them.
Yeah, so you probably missed it. So, anyway, we'll see you next year when we show off the even better version. Please invest in us. We need $73 billion. This is the thing.
Classic Belgium.
Classic Belgium. Anytime somebody says, all we have to do
when Belgium scientists go back and forth on things, you know what they call that?
I do, and you're not allowed to say.
Because I know what they call that.
Yeah, everybody knows what they call it.
They call it the Belgium flip-flop.
You're a son of a bitch. Anytime somebody says, oh, it's easy. It turns out it was so easy the whole time. All we had to do was press hydrogen together in diamonds, and now we can lay an energy framework across the entire world that loses no energy whatsoever.
Yeah.
A perfect 100% efficient energy framework. Now we can have super efficient maglev trains. It turns out the only thing we were missing was this dumb fucking diamond can, and we have it, and now we've changed the world.
Well,
I don't buy this shit until we see it.
Well, In their defense, they're not saying it was easy. They're saying it was super hard, but they're saying they did it.
Yeah.
But you are actually on the side of a whole bunch of scientists. A lot have come out and called shenanigans on this whole experiment because
a lot of mixtapes with diss tracks coming out.
So many. And weird lazy rhymes.
Yeah, just like
made up words.
Metallicized hydrogen and Imogen Heap. A lot of come at me's.
Initially, these guys' findings came out in a non-peer-reviewed paper. Mm-hmm. Just a website, really. Yeah. And then it was picked up in the journal Science. And once it came out in the journal Science, a bunch of scientists got pissed and went, hey, this hasn't been peer-reviewed. In fact, these guys are like, we definitely have metallic hydrogen in our machine, but if we take it out of the machine, it won't be metallic hydrogen anymore.
Right.
So
I can only turn invisible when you're not looking.
Right. So that's a number one. They're like, well, you can't show it to us. And they're like, no, but we see it under a microscope. It's super shiny. It must be metal. And they went, remember how you told us that you used alumina in there? What if some of the alumina cracked off because it's so much pressure and you're seeing the reflection of alumina? And they're like, no, we aren't.
Or what if
no, we aren't.
Or what if you guys just don't know? Like, what if we just came out and said, you guys don't know what's in there? Oh, we saw it under a microscope.
But it's definitely metal.
You didn't see a goddamn thing in
It's
there.
definitely metal.
Sure.
But, okay, so here's why I'm hoping they did. Because as you mentioned,
I want to live in future world?
It could change the world. It could be, they say this could be one of the biggest. First of all, it's an element that didn't exist on Earth. Like, we created a new element. Mm-hmm. A metallic hydrogen that's a substance that never existed and humans made it. That's kind of rad. Number two, it could change the world. You talked about how it has lossless energy transmission. So if you imagine a wire heats up as you send energy through it. The reason it heats up is because energy is being lost through that process.
Right.
This theoretically could be completely lossless. So you could have pure 100% energy transfusion from one point to another point.
Pure hydrogen.
So sweet. Also, they're talking about how it could revolutionize space travel because it's so cold when it's in metallic state, you could put it in an engine and then heat it up and it releases a ton of energy when it converts from metallic form back to liquid form.
Okay.
So you could have this very efficient space fuel that could power us through the galaxy. I'm in. I want that to happen.
I want all these things to happen.
Let's make it happen. Like you said,
but it's not real.
But it could be. Maybe they have it in there. It's like Schrodinger's metallic hydrogen.
What use is it to us if the moment they open the thing, we lose it?
Well, that's the next trick, right? Is figuring out how to create it in a solid state, stable state.
Now,
that's their next trick. That's the next challenge.
Why do we lose it when they open the can?
Because it only exists under this amount of pressure.
Gotcha.
And once
the second we release that amount of pressure, it just turns back into liquid hydrogen.
That's what they're thinking right now. But they're trying to figure out a way to
Is there precedent for elements like that?
I don't know. But that's what these guys are saying. Yeah.
Huh. But does it have to stay super cooled the whole time?
Well, if you warm it up, then it turns back into a liquid. But that's a potentially really cool thing, like I said, for space travel.
Right. But that would mean that in order to have this new energy grid or whatever, not only would it have to be metallicized hydrogen, it would have to be super cooled metallicized hydrogen?
I guess.
That doesn't seem...
These are all details, problems to work out down the line. First, we squeeze the hydrogen harder than the center of the Earth. Then we cool it down to a point.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I think these guys are running a scam to get free diamonds. I think they're all the cat.
We just need more.
I think the cat. What? I think the cat was made up.
Oh, shit.
And what's really happening is they're just taking these diamonds home and fencing them.
What? The diamonds were in Dogman's collar the whole time.
The whole time.
Dogman was the one who was getting the diamonds out. No one noticed because the collar was shiny anyway.
We thought it was alumina.
Puppy Boy is an accomplice.
I always knew there was something wrong with Puppy Boy. Puppy Boy annoyed the shit out of me. Puppy! Shut up. Shut up.
It was all a scam.
It was all a scam. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is a diamond fencing scam.
What science-created superhero could possibly stop Dogman and Puppy Boy?
I don't know, just like one that has like a beef jerky or some keys.
You have one of those laser pointers?
I think the point is that like nobody was really trying to stop him. That's what I think.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe we might need to have some sort of radioactive dog catcher bite someone. And then you have dog catcher man.
Like before he dies from the radioactive poisoning?
Yeah, no, first you radioactivate.
Before he dies from radiation poisoning, he bites somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you're bitten by
This
a
is why
radioactive
we don't
duck,
understand how this works. You know that, right? Like we clearly don't understand enough science to get this. Clearly.
that's obvious.
That is 100% obvious.
I'm sure I've messed up 20 of these. But the point is,
we can't even rhyme hydrogen with anything except Imogen Heap.
that's
really
terrible.
I'm just stuck. Yeah, I'm just stuck on that. I'm a bad rapper. I'm a bad scienceman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've come to a sad place in this
I would
story.
like to say that these guys have done the thing. How can we prove that they've done the thing? What is their plan to prove they've done the thing?
Well, they're working on figuring out a way to be able to keep it in a metallic state when they turn off the pressure machine.
Okay.
So hopefully they can do it.
And outside that,
They say once they can do that, then you can create we can make new circuits because a circuit with wiring that's created out of this.
I get it. Once they do it, we're going to have everything.
Yeah,
I get that.
Everything.
But like
Everything.
I know. Everything we've ever dreamed.
Yeah.
Everything we've ever dreamed.
Yeah.
Your first love will call you on the phone
And
say that they were wrong.
Yeah.
They were wrong
metallic
about you.
hydrogen. I'm going to call you back and then I will warm you with my
Imogen Heap. Say Imogen Heap.
Imogen Heap songs.
So really, until they figure this out, we're just sitting on theoretical metallicized hydrogen.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying that they don't even have that. So it's either going to change the world or sit there and be a thing that might or might not exist or be a complete flim flam and a shim sham.
What do you guys think this is? Is this a flim flam shim sham? Humpty Hump?
I hope not.
Doing the Humpty Hump? Let us know on Twitter. I'm at acarboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those Imogen Heap, obviously. And hey, guys, do you wear shirts? You ever worn a shirt?
I have. I'm, in fact, wearing
I try
one now.
not to with these biceps.
Well, it's very difficult for you to find shirts that A,
They just
fit,
tear.
and B, accentuate the
They
biceps
just tear every time I
properly.
go to like pick up a pencil.
Because if it fits, usually it's going to be so baggy that it doesn't accentuate the buys.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the problem with buys, with having such good buys, these sweet, sweet buys. If you need a t-shirt, but I can tell you this, if you're ripped like I am, you know who has good t-shirts for your sweet, sweet buys? Me and Jeff.
Yeah, we
got
do.
them at wehaveconcerns.com/shop.
Specifically created to accentuate the buys.
Hell yeah.